Hey guys, this is Flying Dutchie and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. We are going to play a new game in the version 1.11.5. This is the beta patch with the latest bug fixes and so on. We're going to do a new Hearts of Iron 4 and it will be a bit of newbie friendly. So if you are not familiar with the game, I will explain a lot of things. So I will be talking a lot the whole time. But let's start a new game. Yeah, there we go. I played a bit as Japan, it was really fun to do. We will start at the starting date of the game, 1st of January 1936, and we are going to play, as you maybe have seen in the title and maybe the thumbnail, we're going to play as the Netherlands. It has been a really long time I played the Netherlands in this game, and I like to play the Netherlands in all the games because I am Dutch and, yeah, want to relive the history. I will turn off Iron Man mode. I don't think I need any achievements. I will play with historical AI focuses, and I do this because we are going fascist. And if you do everything right in the focus tree of the Netherlands, you can conquer Belgium and Luxembourg just before the whole war breaks out. And that is what I will try to do. So we will go with historical. The plan is to join Germany and Italy and maybe Japan and conquer Europe. Belgium and France, and maybe United Kingdom at some point. It's going to be really hard to do. But we're gonna do this. So let's start a new game. I hope I will not forget to save, because normally I'll always play with Iron Man mode. And then the game saves automatically, so I hope everything will go okay. And it's the day before Christmas Eve, so almost Christmas and the New Year. I hope you will all have a very good Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'm actually going to skip this song. Let me check my song list. Yeah, we can use those songs. There we go. That song is really loud. I don't know why. So, for people that are new, Hearts of Iron 4 is just a World War II game. You need to make troops, boats and planes, and you can join factions and you will have to conquer other people's land. It's as simple as that. There's research, you can build factories, you can build ships with your dockyards, and there's a focus tree that will guide your nation to your goals. Now, when you click on the flag here, at the moment we have Hendrikus Colijn. He is he's from the anti-revolutionary party. I have no idea what that one is. But he will be gone very soon because we have a trade weak government. We get minus 0.5 political power and we have minus 10% stability, which is over here. And you want high stability because you make more goods and you get more political power, which is this number. So the weak government, the minus 0.5, needs to go away as quickly as we can. Now, let's focus on this first. So this is the focus tree, that is also this button. And here you can prepare your country for what you want to do. And the Dutch have their own. And you can start with obtain foreign colonial investments. You can do some decisions. We are not going to click these things at all at the start of the game. You can abandon the gold standard, which will modify the crisisjaren. Yeah, there was a big stock market crash in 1929, I think, and it's still not really recovered. And we have another negative trait, which will be reduced by these focuses over here. But we will start with form a new government, because this one will remove the weak government. So we get more political power. And we need to go this way to go towards Volk and Vaderland and get to join Germany. Because that is what we are going to do in this playthrough. We're going to join the Axis later on. So we will start with the new government over here. Take 70 days. And then the pop-up goes away. Now, these are the crisisjaren. Now you can read this, you have to pause the video. I'm not going to do this because otherwise, yeah, it will take way too long. But yeah, we have a minus 50% construction speed, which is really bad because you need to build factories in the construction tab here. You need civilian factories and you need military factories. Now, military factories you need to build guns or artillery or tanks or planes or whatsoever. And you need civilian factories to build more things. So at the start of the game, most of the time it is very handy to build more civilian factories, and that is exactly what we are gonna do. Now, good for us is that we have decent infrastructure in the 3 provinces we have over here. Holland is already built with 10 factories, so we have 4 military factories, 3 civilians, and 3 dockyards, so we cannot build more here. But we can start building 1 civilian factory in Brabant. And with our focus tree, we will get more building slots here and also more infrastructure. So soon this will all be at 100%. And then we build quicker, because if you have 100% infrastructure, you get ×2 building speed, so that is really nice. Now, and 8 out of 15 are free for us, so they are now working on building an extra one. Then we have 9 out of 15. Then when we build another one, you have 10 out of 15. Let's see, we have research, of course. Now, the first thing you always do in every run, you click on the electronic mechanical engineering, because this gives you a +3% research speed for the rest of the game. So you do research to gain a research speed boost. And we get some sort of thing for on the ships, but we are not really using that, I think, or it goes automatically. Now, and when you can, you always want to click these ones, because these ones give the research speed bonuses. So you want to get all of these when you can. Now, 1936, so we can take these stacks here. If we would take this one, it takes way too long because it's 2 years ahead of time. Now, at the start of the game, you want to focus on your industry. You need to click this one, Basic Machine Tools. It gives you 10% more efficiency cap on your military factories. So they can make more over time. So you want always click that one, that takes 142 days. And you want to start the construction speed boosts. We will build 10% quicker when this one is done. And you always want to build... you always want to get all the industry tax. So these ones, you want to choose between one of these two to make more goods. And you want these ones, so you build your factories quicker. Now, that's all done. We have 3 military factories. Now, let's have a look at our army. Aantreden. This is our whole army. We have 8 divisions. Divisies in Dutch. Now, we will put that in the army. And we will make a front line with the Belgians. And we will make an advancement front against the Belgians. But we will not attack Belgium for a very long time. Now, you can click on one of these and then you can see the template of your division. You have just 9 infantry. They have nothing. They have no artillery. They have no engineering company. They don't have any artillery in the field. It is a very terrible template. Now, we will try to get some artillery in it. Because artillery gives, as you can see, a lot of soft attack. You go from 54 to 69. A bit more breakthrough. And that is good for attacking other infantry. You can get recon. Recon is good for reconnaissance, which will help you to choose a better tactic in battle. And there's anti-air. Now, we will not make any planes anytime soon, because we have no industry in the Netherlands. So the only thing you can hold off is by building anti-air support equipment or a motorized anti-air against the enemy planes. Now, we will all do these things. So we want to build artillery, we want to get anti-air, and we need support equipment for the recons. And later, when we get army experience, you can adjust this template. And then you can see what this division is having: a soft attack, an air attack, and so on. And then you need to produce it. Now, let's go to the production screen. So we are only having 1 factory right now making guns. We make 4.58 guns a day. And as you can see, at the moment, we don't need any more infantry. So all our troops have all the guns they need. Well, I don't believe that, actually. I think it's because I did not unpause the game. So let's have a look. If that changes in the next day. Yeah, there we go. We need 3,500 more guns to give all our units in the field the guns they need. And they need the guns to fight properly. So we need a lot of guns. But we also need the artillery, so that they can fight better. They have more soft attack, 25 more soft attack against other enemies. And we also need support equipment to get for our recon support units. And we also want engineers that will give us a bonus for defense. So we also want to build this. And we also want anti-air, because we don't make any planes, so we need to shoot down the planes by this thing. Otherwise we get negative penalties. And as you can see already, we only have 4 military factories and they are now completely occupied. Now I will do this because it takes a really long time before we will fight someone. And it would be really nice if we would have the artillery, the support equipment and the anti-air in the division template. Then they will fight very, very well against Belgium and France, for example. So I will start with this. If we get another military factory, he's gonna work on the infantry equipment. But right now we don't have enough, so. You also need trains and trucks. We don't even know what trucks are, apparently. But you also need trains for your supply. At the moment, we have 7 trains in the stockpiles, and we need 0, apparently. I don't know if that stays the same, if it stays 0. But at some point you want to build more trains, because you need to go over the railroad to these hubs to give your troops their equipment. We can also do this with supply planes, but hey, we don't have any industry left to build those planes. We can't even build the fighters right now. I mean, I can build transport planes. I think these ones will give supply. But we don't have any industry for it. We need to focus on our army, so we need to get the trucks and the trains to supply our troops, and that will come later as well. So, that is the whole army thing. We have 3 dockyards. Now, let's have a look at our ships. Let's see which ships we have right now in total. Now, we have some ships. These 4 are all going to Rotterdam. And then we will see what we're going to do with these ships. Compared to Great Britain, we have absolutely nothing. They will crush this fleet instantly. So, we can do 2 things. We can build a mega fleet with battleships, which we don't even have at the moment. We only have big battle cruisers, which are also decent ships. These ones are not that strong. They only have 1 battery. They don't have an anti-air 2. They have no secondary battery and so on. So the ships are not that strong. This is the Surabaya class. It's from Indonesia. And this is a capital ship, so I give it this symbol. So I will not get confused. You have convoys that you need to get your goods over the sea tiles or move your troops over the sea. You need convoys for this. Now, we have submarines, destroyers, light cruisers and heavy cruisers. We don't have even battle cruisers or battleships. We don't have those at all. And that's the thing. We can build another big coastal defense ship, but they are not that strong. We need better ships against Great Britain. So what we can do is focus on submarines. The good thing about the Dutch is that they have the best submarine possible, I think, at the start of the game. This is the 1936 submarine. And they have the level 2 torpedo tubes twice. So they have a good torpedo attack. And they have a good engine. So I think we are going to focus on getting submarines. Now we only have 3 naval dockyards. But we will start building these. And the good thing about the submarines is that you can use them, for example, in these sea tiles. Maybe even here, but that's a bit risky, I think. And they can do convoy raiding, so they can kill the convoys that ship goods to United Kingdom, for example, when we are at war. And that way we can do some trade interdiction with these big powers around us. And that way we don't have to put our big ships against the British, because that's not gonna work. Now, that were the ships, so you need to wait for them to arrive here. We have a couple of resources that we don't have enough. As you can see, we need more steel. Now, since we will be friends with Germany, I will use one of my civilian factories to get 8 steel. Downside is, we lost one of our factories to build another factory, so it takes longer to build more factories over time now. But we need that extra steel to start building some towed anti-air and the submarine hulls. As you can see, the submarines are now... let's have a look. Can I see it here? Yeah, it's minus 40%, so it's getting built very slowly. But I think we need to wait for a bit so that the steel is in place. Yeah, there we go. Now it's only minus 1.6, so the steel of Germany is helping to get more of these things quicker. Now, I'm not going to use another factory to get the last one. That's a waste of a civilian factory. This needs to be minus 6 or minus 8, and then we can think about trading with someone for another good. Now, we do have some decisions available. I will go over this when the time is there. We will try to do this one. We will try to reunite the north and the south of the Netherlands, and we will be called as... Oh, I don't know. I think we get the other event there, but that's for later. So you can start on speed 4. There's really nothing happening at the start of the game. You can also play on speed 5. You just need to go through your focuses. There's another problem that the Dutch have. We have no manpower. As you can see, we just lost our last manpower. And that means that when this submarine is built, it cannot get in the field. Because we have no manpower. You need people on the boats. So we might have to remove one of our units to get free manpower, so we can at least build some ships. And I think I will do this, but I will do it when the time is there. Right now we don't really have to. So we now have 1 anti-air, 1 artillery and 1 support equipment, which is absolutely nothing. It's gonna take some time. That's okay. Yeah, we are using 16 convoys right now for trade. We have 134 not used. I think when you go to the Intel ledger, you can see our trade routes. And it's from Suriname and Curaçao. Let's have a look at our other holdings, because we are holding, of course, more land. We have Suriname over here. And there is some compliance, so they are not cores. They are occupied state. Would be nice to see if we can actually integrate these one at some point. We need to give the garrisons, that is what I just clicked. The garrisons need to get their equipment so they can remove the resistance strength. Now, there's nothing here. There's no resistance in Suriname, it's 0%, which is really good, of course. And we also have the Dutch Antilles, the Nederlandse Antillen, and that's Willemstad, and they have also 0%. So they are very happy to be in my empire right now. Well, the Dutch Empire is just a tiny bit of land, but that's it. We don't own any colonies in this time period, except for the Dutch East Indies. Now, this is all ours. But they are a puppet. With T. van Starkenborg Stachauer as the leader of my puppet state. Now, later on you could integrate it, but that takes a lot of time and effort, which we don't have time for. The good thing is that we can get their oil and rubber, if they have some. I think they do have some oil and rubber, right? And you can see it over here. So if you go to trade and I want oil from my subject, then I can use 1 factory to get all the oil. And for the rubber as well, I can use 1 factory to get 80 rubber. And that is the the good side from having these subjects. You need one factory for 80, not 8, but 80 stuffs. So we can get their oil and rubber, and maybe someone else will trade it with us. That's also possible. So that's a thing, and we can also ask from forces, from them. We can tell our vassal, I want your 7 units at my border. And we can ask for manpower. Now you can do this when you go to war. So right now we can't really ask for more manpower. And yeah, if you want to integrate these people, we need to build in their country. I think we need to give them guns and stuff and that kind of things. And then at some point, and when it's subjects, they will go to annexed. So we need to get this way. Active attaches. Overlord is land leasing to the subject. I think when I give him guns, that he will go towards annexation. And if I am asking for his rubber or oil, he will go towards puppet state, I think. So preferably we don't want to do it, because at some point I would like to annex this land. Because normally Japan takes it, when you play historical. The Japanese take over China and Indochina, the Philippines. They take over all of this. And they go to war with the United States with the Battle of Pearl Harbor. But we will join a faction with Japan. We will ask Japan to leave this alone and fight together with Germany. So we can hold this land in this playthrough. Now, we did our first focus from the new government, so there we go. Need to wait a little bit longer. There we go. New government forms, you can read this. But we get the Christelijke Historische Unie, and the weak government is now gone. Perfect. Now, Germany is doing the remilitarization of the Rhine. Hitler is starting to do things. We really want to become fascist as quickly as we can, because it's better to build stuff when you are fascist and you can get other bonuses as well. So we will continue this branch towards fascism. When we do the gateway to Europe, we get more political power, and we need to do the gateway to Europe decisions. And there we need to make sure that Germany is winning the trade war and not Great Britain or United Kingdom. We'll do this one. Let's go to speed 5. We don't have to do anything else. Oh, to take a look at our fleet. So we have 20 submarines. And we'll give those a new army. And I give them the submarine symbol. And we have 14 other ships. Now that is almost nothing. This is just impossible to do anything. They are weak and they can't do anything against almost no one. So we will keep them at bay. I might put them over here. Not in the English Channel, because that is a British controlled sea tile in my opinion. But we put these ones over here. Now, you see, we cannot deploy the submarine because we have no manpower. Now, that is a waste. So what are we gonna do? I'm gonna remove one of my units. That we get some manpower. And this way we can start building submarines. Now it could be that we are losing even more manpower. There we go. We need to remove another one. There we go. Are we gonna keep this? Yeah. So now our troops are fully filled with men. Now they just need more guns. Now we only need 1.1 now because we removed 2 divisions. What you also can do at the start of the game, because we are having some oil, we have 26, you can train your ships. And that's what I will do. So we will lose some oil over time, so fuel. It's oil, maybe it's fuel, gasoline or whatsoever. But this way we are getting naval experience. And with this we can change the templates of our ships and make them stronger. And we can get other things with it, but we will go over that later. Now, we did the first one. We have 3% research speed bonus. Let's go to the next one, the 4%. Because it's still 1936 and it is a global modifier. We want this number as high as possible. Now we built another submarine, as we can see over here. Now there's not a lot we need to do. We will not do this one. We will not have to do these ones. Let's remove that one away. Don't need to do war propaganda right now. Well, maybe later. Now these ones will be available after the next focus. We just need to click placate the Germans 5 times. And then we need to click cave to the Germans. Now there's a naval treaty between Great Britain, Italy, Japan, the United States and France, I think. And they said to each other, we can only build these ships this big. And they all agreed for now. Now what can you do with political power? You can select all your military staff, you can get production boosts, you can get other boosts in the laws and government. But yeah, we don't have 150. I could go with the Jan Goudriaan over here. So we get a 10% construction speed boost for civilian factories. That could be a good first thing to pick. But first we want to use our power for the decisions to get the Germans to like us more. And it's the goal to get the NSB, the National Socialistische Beweging, of Anton Mussert in power. That is what we are trying to do. Oh, there we go. We have the gateway to Europe. Now we can cave to the British. We can stay neutral. That is, I think, what we did normally. I don't know. I think so. Did we do Oranje boven? No, I don't know. I don't know which way we went. I have no idea. Anyway, we want to cave to the Germans because we are going fascist and we want to join Germany. But we can't do this because we need 25 trade influence with Germany, as you can see. So we need to do another focus before we can click this button. Now, I think it's a very good idea to take a look at our other trades that we still have. So we have the Crisisjaren that we want to get rid of. We can focus on this. We have the shell-shocked spectator of the Great War, which is terrible. It is absolutely disgusting, this trade, and we should get rid of it immediately. It is so terrible. We have 25% less factory output, and we have 50% less population that is recruitable, which causes our manpower problems as well. So how do we get rid of the shell-shocked spectator of the Great War? Well, you need to go to War on Pacifism. When you have this one unlocked, you need 15% world tension as well, which there is none at the moment, maybe a little bit. Then you get decisions to get rid of these focuses. So what do we need to get this focus? We need one of the following: protect against the British or Germany is the greatest threat. Now, we will protect against the British, so we get some forts in Holland and Friesland. So we want to do this one. But for this one, we need this one. And for this one, we need this one. And for this one, we need this one. So let's start with abandoning the gold standard. And we will start placating to the Germans. We need to click 5 times to get 25 points for the Germans. And then we can continue the political branch. Now we have 240 political power. That is a lot, of course. Normally I would advise to take a chief of army, because this way you get army experience, which you can use for your templates and your other things you could spend these points on. But you also need the command power, which is this one. And since we have no war support in the Netherlands, this goes up very slowly. So we can't even pick one of these. We can pick a navy one. I think we will go with Konrad Helfrich, because he gives convoy raiding efficiency. That is really what we are going to focus on. Let's just first start with a political advisor. One of the three. So we can pick this one, but hey, your party needs to be democratic or non-aligned. So if we become fascist, Jacob Adriaan de Wilde will go away. Now Jan Goudriaan will not go away, so we will pick him. So we build our civilian factories a little bit quicker. But this one gets built a tiny bit quicker. Yeah, we have a new research that we can pick, so let's have a look. Now, we also want to pick one of the industry focuses. You need to choose between this one or this one, and then you can only click the rest. So, what is this? This is concentrated industry. You get 15% factory output and 10% dockyard output, so just quicker. And you get 20% more factories in the state. This one gives also 20% more factories in the state. But this one is helping. If you change your production from guns 1 to guns 2, for example, it will the production efficiency, retention, and base is higher. So you don't have to wait until the factory gets used to the new thing. What you lose is 5% output. So I think I will go with dispersed because we don't have any guns to protect against the bombing from Britain, for example. And this helps as well against that. Now, what do I mean with the retention? As you can see over here, we just started building the artillery. And we gain this production efficiency over time. They are learning how to make the artillery quicker and quicker. And over time, this will go towards 60%, and then we build maybe not 2.6 a week, but 4 a week. And that is why the cap is also important, and this technology is important. So that the efficiency base is going higher, and the retention is higher as well. That's why I like that one a lot. The German Reich dominates the Dutch trade negotiations. Yeah, that is what I did. Click the button. Need to wait for it to show up. There we go. Let's do another German placate. Now we're gonna click that 5 times, and then we have to click on the next focus. I like that we are building submarines pretty quickly. Now we get some naval experience from the training of our boats. Now the British have 5 points, that's what they did. So, just need to click one more time. There we go. So when this focus is done, we can cave to the Germans and go towards the fascist path. There we go, construction 1 is done. We are building factories a tiny bit more quicker again. Now I don't need excavation to get more resources. The radio is nice. I don't have any industry to build any fighters or whatsoever. That will be the first plane to focus on, the Fokker. Yeah, I could get better destroyers, but we don't have any production there. I would like to get anti-tank at some point. Against the tanks of the enemies, because I'm not going to build tanks for a really long time. You know what? Let's also get anti-tank in the divisions. Yeah, let's go for it. Come on, I need 20 command power so I can get army experience. Now, this is always happening, the Spanish Civil War. And we are playing on historical, so the nationalists are gonna win. Franco is gonna win. The fascists are gonna win. Or however you want to call him. There we go, we abandoned the gold standard, which made our Crisisjaren not -50, but -40%. Now, we're gonna cave to the Germans. We are gonna get free trade, which will also help with construction speed and research speed, so that is really nice for us actually. And Germany starts to like us, so let's pick this focus. And that will be the end for the first episode. It was a lot of talking. I hope you are understanding the game a bit if you are new to the game. And yeah, let's prepare for a big war with Germany and Italy and us and Japan against the rest of the world. So I hope to see you in the next video, guys. Thanks for watching and bye bye.